sharing with us your wisdom. Okay, let's turn from that big challenge that we're going to face, the Pakistan-Afghanistan connect there, to, well, back home, because the Congress party and its connections, a day after political strategist Prashant Kishor held discussions with the Congress first family, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, speculation intensified over the role that the political strategist may well play in the Congress in coming months. But this comes at a moment where the Congress has bigger issues to resolve ahead of a crucial monsoon session of Parliament. Anand Patel tells you just why the Congress is still a party in complete disarray. Take a look.
Amidst a string of poll reverses and talks of an organizational reshuffle comes the high-profile meeting between poll strategist Prashant Kishor and the Gandhis on Tuesday. Fresh from his success in West Bengal and Tamil Nadu, Prashant Kishor has a lot of insight to offer to the Gandhis, who are desperate to turn the party around before the 2024 Lok Sabha election. Sources tell India Today this was the third such meeting between the two sides. The Congress High Command, however, is staring at more pressing issues that need immediate attention. A revamp of its leadership in the Lok Sabha is long pending. All indications are that a decision to replace Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary as leader of the opposition may get deferred. Leadership issues in states also need a quick fix. The truce deal between Chief Minister Amarinder Singh and Navjot Singh Sidhu that was to come on July the 10th is yet to be announced.
अमरिंदर सिंह जी ने तो प्रेस में ही कहा कि जो कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट का निर्णय होगा वो मुझे मान्य होगा और सिद्धू जी ने भी लीडरशिप से कहा कि जो आप लोग फैसला करेंगे वो मुझे मान्य होगा.
In another poll-bound state, Uttarakhand, the Congress High Command is taking too long to decide its face. The crisis in Rajasthan too is far from over. Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot is blocking the re-entry of MLAs loyal to dissident leader Sachin Pilot. In Gujarat, where polls are due late next year, the party is leaderless. Alliance blues haunt the Gandhis in Maharashtra, where the NCP and Shiv Sena are frequently sniping at the party's state leadership. In addition to all this, the Congress now faces an external challenge as well. Prashant Kishor's meetings with Sharad Pawar and other opposition leaders to forge an anti-Modi front is a new headache for the Gandhis.
अब ये सब एक साथ आना बहुत मुश्किल था और है आज भी, और आने के बाद नेता कौन ये पहले तय होना चाहिए. आज मोदी जी के सामने अगर आपको लड़ना है तो एक चेहरा चाहिए.
जब तक ये पार्टी परिवार के घोंसले से बाहर नहीं निकलेगी तब तक वो कितने भी रणनीतिकार और कितने भी जो है वो इकट्ठा करते रहे, उससे कुछ नहीं होने वाला.
The road ahead for the grand old party is certainly not easy. The immediate challenge is to do well in the upcoming assembly polls. But before that, the party leadership needs to find answers to the vexing internal issues and make the party fighting fit to take on the BJP. With Moshmi Singh, this is Anand Patel in New Delhi for India Today.
So can the Congress get its act together ahead of a crucial Parliament session? The Congress High Command, is it still indecisive? Is the factional feuds at various levels unresolved? What is Prashant Kishor's role in all of this? Well, joining me now is Gaurav Gogoi, Congress MP and someone who many tipped to be a potential leader of the party in the Lok Sabha. Gaurav Gogoi, first let's settle that. You had a parliamentary strategy meeting, but it came amid swirling speculation that Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary was to be replaced. Is that true, or we were speculating? What has the Congress decided? Will Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary be your leader in the Lok Sabha in this parliament session? Your name was being mentioned along with Shashi Tharoor and Manish Tiwari as potential replacements.
Rajdeep, let's just say, let's put those media speculations to rest. They were always speculations. And what we discussed in our Parliament strategy meeting today was the burning issues that are facing India. There are problems of economy, the problems of COVID, the problems on our border, the problems of our national security. And then that's the priority of the Congress party. We've just at the middle of our campaign, a nationwide campaign on price rise. And that's what we're going to the parliament with an agenda to make this government accountable.
Yeah.
This government needs to be accountable for the second wave of COVID, for the lapses on our border, for the lapses on national security and the drone attacks that are taking place, for the lapses in not getting enough vaccines. So there's a whole lot of things that has to be covered in
Gaurav
very short span of 19
Gaurav
days.
Gogoi, you're saying your parliament strategy will be to hold the government accountable. It's all very well, but one of the burning issues seems to be the state of the party that you have to resolve. For example, your leadership tangle in Punjab. You have to resolve, for example, whether you will have a full-time Congress president. You have to resolve what do you do in states which are other states going to the polls like Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand. I mean, you know, there seems to be at the moment a sense that the Congress still has to recover from a spate of election defeats stretching back to 2019 Lok Sabha.
Rajdeep, that may be your perception. My sense is we are winning Punjab. My sense is where the governments are, which is in Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, will win them in the coming elections as well. My sense is that we're working extremely hard in other states like Uttarakhand and Himachal and getting ready to win those as well. Uttar Pradesh, yes, it is a challenging position for the party, but nonetheless, we're putting our best foot forward. And I'm quite confident that the effort that we're putting in right now, I think the level of dialogue that we're having in election going states is very important. And I think that is happening in a very transparent manner. It's happening in an open manner. And I think that's the beauty of the Congress. You have to understand the way that we function. Our culture is based around dialogue.
No, no, your
Yes,
culture,
there would
your
be individual opinions.
your culture may be,
Gaurav,
Gaurav Gogoi, your culture may be based on dialogue. You're claiming that you're looking at state after state, but you've suffered a series of reverses, including your home state of Assam. The question is, there have been reports, of course, that Prashant, not denied that Prashant Kishor met the entire Gandhi family not once, but twice. This has led to speculation that you may need someone like Prashant Kishor to, in a way, revitalize your organization ahead of critical elections. Are you saying none of this is true? Are you saying all is well in the Congress party, even after you suffer defeat after defeat?
What I'm saying, Rajdeep, is that if there is one party which is taking on the BJP on all its missteps across pan-India, that is the Congress party. Yes, there are regional forces who are part of our broader alliance, and they play a very important role in their respective states. But if there's one leader who's taking on the Modi government in terms of COVID, China, economy, one leader which has been advising this government to correct its missteps and advising this government to course correct itself, and that's Rahul Gandhi.
No, but then why did, that may be, but then why is he the non-playing captain? If that is the case, why is he not your Congress president once again, or why is he not at least your leader in the Lok Sabha? You're saying that Rahul Gandhi is the one leader taking on Mr. Modi, but that he cannot take on Mr. Modi on Twitter. He has to then take him on in Parliament. He has to take him on in all the agitations that you claim that you all are taking out across the country on price rise. Don't you need a leader to take on Mr. Modi?
Again, Rajdeep, that may be your perception of a non-playing captain or whatever. But if you see the way Congress party has been working, even now in the middle of COVID pandemic, we saw how our youth Congress was working during the second wave in Delhi, providing oxygen cylinders. All that inspiration, all the energy that we do, all the work that we do in terms of public service, the lakhs of signatures that we've collected against price rise, the village by village program that we've done, that comes from the inspiration that Rahul Gandhi ji is giving us. That comes from the advice that he's giving us. So for you, it might be a non-playing, you may use all these terms, but I see if the Congress party is where it is, which is the only national party taking on the Modi government, him being the only national leader shows how important his role is and shows how assertively we are fulfilling our responsibilities.
Okay, we'll wait and see then, Gaurav Gogoi, how assertive you, your party, Rahul Gandhi is in Parliament. It's a big monsoon session coming up. 4 weeks, the first monsoon session after COVID 2.0. We'll wait and see what exactly is the role of the Congress in that session. But now, appreciate your joining us, Gaurav Gogoi. You're coming straight from that parliamentary strategy meeting that the Congress has held. Okay.